Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, another Pokemon Sword and Shield video today. Today, we are jumping back into the rumor mill because it continues to burn super duper hot, man. And there's all sorts of cool rumors out there talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield and what we could be getting very soon. But first and foremost, I gotta tell you guys, tomorrow, the Pokemon World Championships is coming out, man. It is gonna be an event in Washington, D.C. You can check it out on Twitch. I'm gonna be watching it myself, and I'm pretty excited about it. And the best part about it is it's very likely there's gonna be a Pokemon announcement, whether it be a new Pokemon, new Galarian form, some new Gigantamax forms, something. They're gonna probably reveal something because at the World Championship in the past, they've always revealed something. So just so you guys know, there's a really good chance we're gonna get news tomorrow morning. I believe it starts at about 9 a.m. Eastern time as the opening ceremony. Chances are it's gonna be during the opening ceremony. So like I said, keep your eyes and ears open. You can check me out on twitch.tv/aDrive, but otherwise make sure you subscribe to this channel here so you get the news first. I know we cover a lot of rumors here, but I always cover the news as well, so definitely be ready to rock there. Anyway, we're gonna jump into a brand new rumor. This is a pretty interesting one, man. I had a couple people send this one to me. I know PokeJungle was talking about this one. This one definitely piqued the interest of a lot of Pokemon fans, and while it does contradict some other rumors, it has some things in it that seem like they could have some truthfulness to them, so we're gonna cover it. Definitely get yourselves ready. Hit that like button down below. Let's see if you guys hit 2,000 likes, man. I want to see the love. And then as always, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think they're going to reveal at Pokemon Worlds? Do you think it's going to be a new Pokemon, a Galarian form, a Gigantamax form, or some sort of combination of them? Just a reminder, if I remember correctly, for Sun and Moon, Crabrawler was revealed at Worlds, and then I remember them revealing like Mega Slowbro, I think, and maybe Mega Kangaskhan many years ago. So they've definitely done some reveals there. But anyway, let's kind of jump into things here. This rumor, like I said, very, very interesting. So it really piggybacks off of Milo's jersey being 831, indicating that there could be something on August 31st. Now, the jerseys do have something else to do with this Japanese kind of like scripting, which has different kind of words that tie into the thing. So I don't necessarily think they correlate with dates, so to speak, but it is something worth noting. So it says that on basically the 31st is going to be a big announcement. Slightly more release specifics for Pokemon Sleep, April 2020, and Pokemon Home in February 2020. So I do believe that Pokemon Home is pretty much confirmed for next year. Even though Sword and Shield is going to come out, they're going to put out Pokemon Home next year, so it's going to be a little bit delayed. Pokemon Home is going to be revealed to have interactive functions where you can feed and care for your Pokemon, as well as Pokemon Go style battling features. Both functions can reward you with items to use for Pokemon Go. So there's going to be some different things that you can do in Pokemon Go, little mini games, and that's something that they have said that they were going to do. Pokemon Sleep will announce that there's a couple ways you can be rewarded for sleeping. You can get items to send to Pokemon Go like in Pokemon Home, but there's also items that can be sent to the main games as well. You get a reward based on how long you sleep, and the app is going to show how good or restless your sleep was. You can use it with the Plus, but it'll grant you more rewards based on detailed information. No details on the price point yet. I'm not a big fan of the idea of Pokemon Sleep, but I'm willing to just entertain it and see what's going to happen there. They're going to talk a little bit about Pokemon Masters, which is actually going to already have come out. Fun fact about Pokemon Masters, there have been 5 million people who have pre-registered for Pokemon Masters, which is the new mobile game coming out on the 29th of this month, so it will already have been out if this rumor is true. Sword and Shields, they're going to talk about some Sword and Shield stuff. There's going to be a Sword and Shield trailer at the end of this direct. So this is saying there's a full Pokemon direct, not just for Sword and Shield. It's going to start with the jersey, walking into the new gym and a new gym leader. Opal is going to be wearing a jersey and is going to send out Impidimp, giving it its official reveal. Now remember, Impidimp was shown at the E3 demo, and it's been in the demo throughout all the different kind of conventions that it's been shown. However, Impidimp has not officially been revealed, so when they do reveal it, I hope that they add something new to it. And this is saying that it's going to reveal its evolution, Demidimp. So Impidimp and its evolution. The regional bird will then be revealed, Flinchfly, pronounced Flinchfly, which is based on a finch. It is a shy Pokemon with a new ability that makes all moves have a chance to flinch, with a flinch-inducing attack having an increased chance to work, but it also increases its runaway chance with 10 health recovery from a successful flee. So that's a very interesting kind of ability. So it's saying that its ability is twofold. One, it increases its chances to flinch, and two, it can run away, and then it actually recovers health when it runs away. So it's not the first time we've had an ability that like can do multiple things. If you think of like Water Bubble from Araquanid, it reduces fire type damage, it can't be burned, and it boosts the power of water type moves. So it's not like you can't have a multi-dynamic ability. Pretty interesting though, this idea of this new kind of bird Pokemon that induces flinches and has a higher flinch chance. Could be really cool, but depending on stat distribution, may or may not be very good. Then it talks about some Galarian forms. Spinarak and Ariados getting a bug and ice type form, which is one we just recently talked about in a Pokedex rumor. Volcarona and Larvesta getting bug and ice type forms. Again, this is saying that Ariados and Spinarak are going to get bug and ice type forms. And it does seem as though Spinarak and Ariados have been kind of one of the focal points of the various rumors for Galarian Pokemon. I'm a big fan of them getting a new form because I feel like Ariados is such a cool design. Spinarak's a cool design. It'd be really sick to see them kind of reimagined. And then it officially announces Surfetch, which is what we're expecting to be a far-fetched evolution that was in the Affleck leak that has been proven true. I think it's funny that a leak actually has a Surfetch, which is the leak Pokemon. Anyway, pun intended there. And then lastly, and here's the big kind of bombshell here, a Galarian Eevee, not an evolution, but a base Pokemon fighting types. This is saying that there's going to be a Galarian Eevee shown. So a new Eevee with a different typing, with potentially new evolutions, maybe physical. Now this is a rumor that people have been talking about for a really long time. A new Pokemon that's similar to Eevee, but on the physical stat side, to kind of complement it. That's what a lot of people thought Rockruff was when it was first revealed, before we knew about Lycanroc and the various forms of that. People thought that Rockruff was going to be like kind of the new Eevee, but from a physical side, that ended up not coming into fruition. I have a little bit of a hard time believing, I would say, that they would release a new Eevee and have it like redesigned, but at the same time, because I think of like a merch perspective, right, and like just a straight up communication perspective, but they did reveal or release a different form for Raichu, so, and that's the Pokemon's mascot evolved form, so I guess it's possible for them to reveal something different with Eevee, especially if it looks enough like Eevee that the average person can identify, hey, that's Eevee, but it looks a little bit different, which most of the form variants do. So that could be very interesting. A Galarian Eevee. I don't know, like I said, I don't really know what to make of that. I don't necessarily think it's true or false or anything like that, but it would be very cool. I mean, I'd be pretty open-minded to that, a Galarian Eevee. So, while not in the trailer, there's going to be some more information released on the website, which is pretty typical. They release these trailers and then they update the website, and then there's usually a little bit more information there. It has recently been discovered by the region professor who's trying to determine if it's significantly different from the normal Eevee to be considered its own species. It's currently unconfirmed whether it will evolve like a normal Eevee. Additionally, it's going to be stated that both the Galarian and the normal Eevee can coexist in the Galar region. This is important because it shows Pokemon adaptation is an ongoing process. Keep that in mind for upcoming Sinnoh remakes. So that's an interesting idea, saying that Galarian Eevee and regular Eevee can coexist, which has been kind of like one of the big kind of like determining factors for what we're going to get for Galarian forms. People say, oh, we've already seen Hoot Hoot in the trailers, we're not going to see a Galarian Hoot Hoot now. But I don't necessarily think that completely rules things out, because if you remember in Sun and Moon, there were trainers that had, the Taurus trainers, who sent out regular Rattata, despite the fact that a Alolan Rattata was found in the game. So it's not like they can't work around that, and it's not like things can't change. So while I'm generally say, you know, Pokemon that can Mega Evolve and Pokemon that have already been shown in the trailers are not going to get Galarian forms, it's still possible that they are. There's always like workarounds there. Well, it's not officially announced yet. It will be able to, it will not be able to evolve into the current evolutions, but it's going to have 2 evolutions this generation, Steel and Bug. They don't keep the fighting typing, and no normal Eevee will not be able to evolve into them. Only one Galarian Eevee will be available in the game as a gift Pokemon for the professor. Additionally, Galarian Eevee can be bred if the Eevee is holding a specific item, a gemstone, that has the chance to change a normal type attack into a fighting type with the same base damage. Even Galarian Eevee without that item will just give you a normal Eevee upon breeding. A few smaller trainers are likely to drop between now and October 3rd. The next big trailer will release them, which is going to be the starter evolutions, second stage, and it's going to be announced then. So this is stating that you're only going to get this one special Galarian Eevee, which is given to you, but I feel like that kind of in a way contradicts what I said earlier about how they coexist, but maybe, I mean, that doesn't necessarily, like, just because Eevee's not found in the wild doesn't mean that it can't coexist, I guess. So that's interesting, but they're saying that this Galarian Eevee is very special, and it's going to have 2 evolutions, a Steel and a Bug-type evolution, which are the physical evolutions, as opposed to being special evolutions. It's saying that if you wanted to breed that Eevee, you can only do it with a specific item. If you don't have that specific item, you're going to end up with a regular Eevee, so you could get more by breeding it. And it's also saying that that item allows it to turn normal type moves into fighting type moves. So some pretty interesting mechanics revolving around Eevee, and it's not surprising to think that there's going to be some sort of a spotlight in Eevee. I mean, Eevee just got its own game, Let's Go Eevee, right? Like, Eevee and Pikachu are like dual mascots. They really have been promoting Pikachu for years, and now they're promoting Eevee more heavily because it's like kind of a fan favorite. So I most certainly believe there's going to be some sort of focus on Eevee in this new game. I definitely feel that way. It's just a matter of what the extent of that focus is going to be. So that was one of the rumors I wanted to cover. I'm going to briefly touch on this one here too. This is another one that got kind of posted. I don't necessarily know, you know, if it's anything too crazy, but I will talk about it really quickly. So this is saying Blazier is the final evolution of Scorbunny. It's firefighting, a soccer player aspect, signature move that increases its speed like Flame Charge, but it's more powerful. And Teleon, which is the final evolution of Sobble, is Water Ghost. He's got a signature move. He becomes invisible one turn, and then he hits the second turn, so kind of like Phantom Force. And then Primrock, which is Primate and Rock. The final evolution of Grookey is Grass and Dark with a Rock Musician aspect. He's got a signature move with that increases like Metronome. Scovet and Greedent are Chipmunk Pokemon observed in the trailer. They're normal type with Gluttony and Harvest. Galarian Hoothoot and Noctowl. They are fascinated by Galarian literature. They have a book on their head, which ties directly into kind of the very, like you see this little image from the bookshop, which is where a lot of people are kind of assuming there's going to be Galarian Hoothoot. Galarian Kling, and this is saying they have various versions. Flying Fairy, Flying Ghost, and Flying Electric, which is supposed to be fantasy, horror, and sci-fi. Galarian Kling, Klang, and Clang. They're created by the Galarian Industrial Evolution. They look like the Golden Gear, like Steampunk style. Their ability Unwearable. Protect them against indirect damage like Magic Guard. The secret talent of Galarian Weezing is to summon a poisonous field. So we have a hidden ability for Galarian Weezing that we don't know yet. It's saying that it's like a poison terrain. And then this is saying that this little guy here is Galarian Clink. This just sounds like it's just kind of fitting into a lot of the things that we've already kind of guessed upon, but nevertheless. Kabu is the fire type champion, and his challenge is to capture, as a capture contest, he uses the Roly-Coly evolution. Bee's gym is a dojo-like area, and Alistair's gym is like a test of courage. After that, you fight Opal, a fairy type gym leader with alchemy, and her challenge is an ingredient collection. Her gym is the Mushroom Town. You can make camping with your Pokemon, allows you to play with them and feed them to increase their stats and friendliness. And the different Pokemon prefer different environments and weather. That's all stuff we know already. And then Charizard Gigantamax resembles Charizard Y, but it's darker color and has blue fire from the X version. Blastoise and Venusaur resemble their Mega Evolution. The Gigantamax move for Charizard can burn 100% of the time. Venusaur's is like a Leech Seed, which we've already seen Leech Seed kind of done by Grookey, so I don't know there. And then the Gigantamax move of Blastoise boosts the defense. Exploud gets the Gigantamax form, which its move is a sonic attack that passes Substitute, which is what Boomburst already does. And then Pikachu has a Gigantamax form where he looks obese. I don't know why, but he has a 100% chance to paralyze there. So this rumor I feel like is I don't really think it's anything too crazy, man. I feel like it's just a lot of the stuff that a lot of people have been assuming. So I'm gonna kind of chalk this one up as nothing too crazy. But this one I felt was a little bit more interesting, and that's why I wanted to make this video. I just think the idea of a Galarian type Eevee is a little out there, not something I've seen a lot of people kind of speculate on. And you know, whether or not I think this is real, it's kind of up in the air, but I definitely feel like it was worth mentioning. There's some pretty cool ideas in here without anything too outlandish. So the Eevee thing's a little weird. Let me know your thoughts on the Eevee thing. Do you think there's a possibility of a Galarian Eevee? I still am on train, you know, where it's gonna get new evolutions. So that's kind of what been my thinking process for this whole time. So let me know your thoughts on that. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Get yourselves ready, because tomorrow there is likely, I don't want to guarantee anything, but there's likely to be something new revealed at Pokemon World Championships. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.